Me and my friends that I've known for a very long time. He made his own team and everything. He already has like members or whatever, but I don't know if they're gonna be living with us. He only informed me, him, and another one of my great friends that we're us. They're all like very close best friends. We've known each other for like years now. So after he made this team, I didn't I didn't know about it or anything. So I was just like, okay. So, sorry if you guys can hear that noise in the background, but 250 suck. Alright, so, back to the story real quick, guys, of what is basically gonna happen. So, like I said, my friend, he started his own team and everything, right? And he already had like a couple of members here and there, right? So, I didn't, I didn't know him at the time whenever he made that, but then, like, a year later, I'd known him for like a couple of like days and everything. And me, him, and the friend that he was friends with, we played like GTA or whatever, like a game together to hang out. Then don't try and take me, bud. It's not gonna happen there. So after me, him, and his friend, which are both now my very close best friends that I know and everything, and basically they said that the my very close best friend that started it, he said, hey, I got this here team and everything, and he didn't specifically call it like have a team name for it. He just like called it a team and everything. So I was just like, okay, yeah, what about it? And he was just like, well, do you want to join and everything? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, like, what do we do? And he was just like, basically like Phase House and everything. And I was just like, oh, okay, so like YouTube, vlogs, and gaming, right? And he was like, yeah, and like challenges, pranks, and everything. I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, I'll join. So like, a couple of more years down the road, and this dude tried to overtake me and completely effed me. Bye. And basically, yeah, and basically, after I joined and we played for like 2 years basically together, me and one friend, and um, so after over like a year or two, right? He he basically said, well, once we all get older, because he's like a couple of years ahead of me and my friend that is like in my grade or whatever, freshman. He's like one more year from graduating, so I mean, but he said he's gonna like not like buy a house and everything. Now this is where I guess the whole story starts. I know I was rambling on about all of that, but the whole story starts about Team House. So after he talks about um, us getting a team house, I was very skeptical because we might have talked on like Discord or whatever, but I've never known what they actually look like until one day my best friend a year ago, or like 2 years ago almost, and he said he was getting bullied and whatever. So me and the guy that started the team thing, we were like, well, who's bullying you? And he told us who it was and everything, and I was just like, oh, okay. So like we were like asking him questions, like trying to help him out, like trying to help him stay away from it. But then he told us like, well, what does he do? Like, who's with this bully? And he was like, well, him and like 4 or 5 other people. I was just like, oh. I was like, well, what do they do to you? And he was like, well, they like do like beat him up normally, like normal bullies basically. So after that we were just like, oh, okay. So I look at his Instagram, I'm not gonna give it out, but I look at it and he actually looks like a pretty nice kid, I'm not gonna lie. Now, the leader, I can imagine what he's gonna look like, cause he's very nice, trust me. Oh, my friends are very nice and everything, you know. They don't do none of that harmful stuff unless someone harms them, right? Or family gets harmed or whatever. So, back to the team house and everything, and he said, well, not to be rude or anything, but once we like, you know, started getting paid or whatever for like YouTube, and I was like, well, see, man, I only make money for like, I don't make money. Basically, I said, well, I only do YouTube for like fun and everything. So then he was just like, oh, okay, so like you gonna have a job after that? I said, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a job. He's like, what job you gonna have? And I said, conservation officer. And he's like, oh, okay, that, you know, that's a good paying job. And I said, yeah, I mean, it is. And he was like, well, once you graduate college or whatever, you know. I said, yeah. He said, well, and if you want, you can come down here, and I'm only gonna say Florida. And I said Florida, and he said, yeah. And I said, dude, I wanted to live in Florida for so long. And he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. So then he was just like, oh, well, we can have a house down there, like as a team house. I was like, okay. So then after, you know, him saying this and that, I was like, oh, okay. But the thing that got me was him saying, well, since, you know, since we're all gonna be like a team house, you know, we're all gonna have to do a fair share. And I was like, okay. So it's like not just me paying for the house and everything. And I said, yeah. And he said, well, you guys are gonna have to do that as well. So I was like, oh, okay. So, oh, what's up? Hey buddy, don't. Real quick, this might be weird, but like, can you not speak for like a couple more minutes? Thank you. Alright. So, back to, I say, can you not speak for like a couple more minutes, bud? Alright, thank you. Okay, so, sorry about that, guys. Basically, like I was saying, where was I? Us having a fair share on the house payment and everything. So he was like, well, since me doing like me having my job and me paying for mainly the house and the bills and everything, I was like, yeah. He's like, well, not to be rude or anything, but I was like, yeah. Well, can you like help out, pay for like the house and everything, like. But we all put our money in towards it. I was like, yeah, man, you know, that's fine. I mean, I'm looking forward to living in a team house. And we were all just like, yeah, you know, that's cool, that's cool. So it's basically like the Face House guys, like vlogs and everything. So I'm still gonna be doing YouTube here and there through my high school years, but once I get to college, then, you know, I'm gonna have to stop that because, you know, school and everything for like a while. I'm gonna have to stop YouTube for a while, but after I finish college, guys, then you guys will see me doing a road trip video down to Florida, probably. It all depends down the road, basically, but so but my friend said we're gonna live like out in like somewhere open a little bit where it can be a little bit louder to ourselves and everything. I said, yeah. And he was like, well, what's your guys' favorite thing to do? Like, what do you guys like to ride or drive? And I was like, well, I like to ride dirt bikes and everything. He was like, you know what? once we get down the road and everything, you know, when has a job or whatever, I found the perfect house just for that. And I was like, oh really? And he was like, yeah. I'm not gonna give the specific location for that, but he said, you know, we got open like area for you to like, if you want to, you can like do this and that with it, like make a track if you want. And I was like, okay, man, you know, that sounds fine. I don't care. I was like, okay, cool. So we have and you know, we all said, like, me and my other friend said, well, can we like give some time to like think about it and everything? And he was like, yeah, you know, I'll give you guys like a month or whatever. So tomorrow, we're gonna see who's gonna like see if we're gonna do it. Now me, I'm already thinking, yeah, I mean, I'm already gonna do it. So my other friend, he messaged me yesterday saying that he was gonna do it. So later on, we're probably gonna message him and say that yeah, we're gonna do it. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I know this video was a little short, only 14 minutes long. You know, usually I make mine like longer, talking about other like stuff, like in games or whatever. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about what's gonna be going on in my life later on through these next years. So, like I said, once we get down there, we're probably not gonna have the house immediately. We're probably all gonna like gather up and see the house that he was talking about or other houses that day, and then you know we're gonna pick one out that day, and then we're gonna buy it and everything and move in, guys. So you guys will probably see a video right there after we buy the house, like once we get inside of it, like rooms, who's gonna pick a room and everything. So, and then after that, give it like a couple more like months to maybe a year or whatever, so we can get everything set up for YouTube or like challenges. And my friends are gonna be making money on YouTube, so I was just like, oh, okay. So I mean, I'm gonna have like a job. They're gonna make YouTube a job, I think, once we start. So something like, yeah. So anyways, guys, that's basically all I wanted to talk about today. Tomorrow there's gonna be a new video up. Whatever you guys want to like talk about, leave it down in the comment section down below. We can talk about basically anything you guys want to talk about. So yeah, guys, this has been your boy Dubstep Nation. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.